Androgen insensitivity is the term you're looking for, and my point has not been addressed. They are born with exclusively female reproductive organs, not intersex.
Do they look like a dude or like a woman? Like
I don't know if
is it
this is actually like a medically...
I think the answer to this is whoever the individual is, how they feel about themselves.
Oh, that's what they're saying.
If they
But they
feel
got a
they
pussy.
are a man, they're a man. If
pussy.
they feel they are a girl,
I'm still
they
not
are
a
girl.
munch.
If they feel
I'm still
they're
not a munch.
non-binary, they're
I'm
non-binary.
sorry,
That's
Aristotle.
not how it
I'm still
works.
not a munch. Wait, what were you saying?
I believe, and it's not just for people who are intersex or have a certain condition.
Mm-hmm.
It goes for everyone. However you feel you are, that's what you are.
So if I feel
It's
like
up
I'm a
for your-
millionaire, I'm a millionaire? Yeah!
That's not exactly
That's
how
delusional.
that... No, but that's not what I mean. I mean, it's up to each and every individual person to define who they are. I mean, you cannot see it that way, but that's up to you. They can still be who they are.
What's going on here is not the same what's going on here.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to...
So what happens is when there is some sort of like disruption between your mind and your body, then that's when you get confused. I think that you are born how you're born, and you can't change that.
So we can agree to disagree, because I'm not going to change your minds, and you guys aren't going to change my mind.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just giving you facts. That's not my opinion.
But those aren't necessarily facts. There are...
You could Google it. It's on
There's
there.
research.
You got buried treasures and you say you're a girl, you're not a girl. You have to literally... You can get rid of it and still be trans and all that. I respect the trans and all that, but that's delusional. If I say I'm a millionaire right now and you look at my bank account, am I a millionaire? No, I'm not. So that's a lie. You're delusional. You're feeding that delusion that doesn't make any sense. So you can believe whatever you want, but the facts are there, baby.
I mean, it's like I'm coming here and saying I'm a dog. I'm a mastiff.
I'm a furry. Like,
So
come on.
I'm not a dog, and I'm just not.
It's delusion.
I think whenever I get into this conversation, like, I have to realize that I disagree with your position. I don't think what you feel like is who you are, male, woman, whatever you identify as. I think that's extremely destructive for society. But when I say that, I see, like, I come at it as like, I understand this person is a person. I'm not looking at them like a piece of meat or an object, or like as someone I'm fighting against. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't care about you. I'm dehumanizing you. I don't come at it like that. Like, I see it is a mental condition. Like, it's how you think you see yourself. It's how you feel about yourself. By definition, it's in your head. So it's the same thing as people who are psychopaths, or maybe they have other psychological illnesses. It's in that same category, and it had been defined that way all the way up until a specific movement. So you have to treat the other person like a human, but you also have to realize, like, it is by all definitions a mental illness. Because I mean, there's a lot of negative repercussions when you buy into their delusion or their mental state. It's not healthy for the person individually. It's also not healthy for society as a whole.
And I agree with him. I think that we all need to respect each other as humans, because at the end of the day, we're all humans. It doesn't matter we're the same race, we're humans. But at the same time, I will respect your choices. You can make whatever choice in your life that you want to make. It has nothing to do with me, but you have to respect that I'm not gonna buy into that delusion.
Your response?
Well, I don't know how to respond to this, considering there is plenty of research, even within what's currently being done, as well as the past, it's not a medical disorder, it's not a delusion, but I don't exactly have the resources right now to like pull that up and show you guys that. So I'm not going to try to change your guys' minds. It's just kind of disrespectful to say it's
Aristotle is dead donated $100. What facts determine your gender? Chromosomes? Genetics? These don't always agree. If neither, then why pretend that either is necessary?
Gender itself is a construct. I mean, sex is different than gender. So technically, none of it's real, if you want to look at it that way.
It is very real when I have my period every month.
Yeah. It's real when you have
sex.
PCOS.
That's not,
I have a chat that's going to come in here. We have Donald Trump's brown eye, okay, with the 50. There are two genders, man and woman, vagine and peen. Not my words. Everything else is also, everyone has a brown eye. Thank you for that, Donald Trump.
I have a question
That
for
was
you.
poetic.
So what if someone says that, or what if someone is diagnosed schizophrenic and they say their entire life they've been male, and all of a sudden they say, I'm a female, but they've been diagnosed with schizophrenia at a young age? What would you say?
That is an interesting scenario because that's not exactly how schizophrenia works. Schizophrenia, there's specific types. There's paranoid type as one example, but it goes to specific like auditory hallucinations, visual hallucinations. It's not like a view of the self all the time like that.
Can be though.
But it's not, that's really not how that
And
works.
a lot of people who identify as trans, woman, man, they also have mental illness. Like they have depression and anxiety, but it's not from people not accepting them. In fact, in this day and age, they're more accepted here than in any other country,
Yeah,
especially.
if you go to a place like my country,
Exactly,
like
yeah.
a third world
They don't play
country,
that.
Well, and
They
that's
wouldn't
why
have a good life.
like this issue is important to me because I care about their mental well-being. Like there are extreme side effects that come along with the disorder of thinking that you are something that you're not. Like there are higher rates of
Unaliving and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say exactly, but yeah, there's high rates of that. There are also extremely high rates of mental illness outside of gender dysphoria. So, like, we can't have this conversation genuinely and just ignore all of that and say that this isn't a confounding factor to all of those other mental illnesses that are plaguing them.
I agree. I think we all need to be respected because we're all humans. I'm gonna say that again. At the same
Good.
time, has greatly destroyed our society. What's happening right now, and I think that.
Go ahead. You wanted to respond. Go ahead.
I think I forgot what you had just said that I was going to respond to.
That transgender people deserve, like, mental health
Yeah, I like
treatment.
the point I'm trying to make is like I want them to get better.
Yeah.
I think that adding into their mental illness or trying to, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for, affirm their mental illness is going to do more harm in the long run than it does good.
But forcing people who identify as trans to not present themselves as the gender they are can also cause plenty of severe negative mental effects. It can worsen disorder, like mental disorders, mental illnesses. It can cause suicides as well. I feel like it is a complex issue but
Truth Bomb donated $100. Gender is not a construct. Sex/gender are the same thing. If you think otherwise, why can't a white man identify as a black man? Or and black woman?
identify
You
as
can't
black.
change these things.
Yeah.
Trans women are men.
Well, a couple clarifying questions on this topic. So, can you change your sex?
I don't think I
certainly is,
have
right?
enough research on that specifically to say with the definitions if that's what's being done, if technically you are changing the sex, but you can have affirming surgery and have all of the parts of what you identify as. They've actually made advancements in the surgery to the point where it'll be possible for people to have functioning uteruses in the future and actually carry
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
that's
You're
not
lying
true.
now.
The male
It's-
body doesn't have the cavity to hold an uterus and be able to make it work physically.
It might not work out. I'm just saying there's active
even trans
research
women
going
that
on
have
right
came
now for that to
forward
be a
about stuff.
possibility.
Well, so
That's
say,
a lie. You're just
well,
making up
I'll
stuff.
give you
But I'm
that.
not
Well,
making
okay,
up
so
stuff.
I'll give you that. Say they figure out a way to where a man can get a uterus and can give birth to a child. So, like, say they figure that out. I'm just gonna give you.
Aristotle is dead donated $100. Brian, I expect an answer from you at this point, and I still haven't gotten it. Also, trans people have happy lives after transitioning, and conversion therapy doesn't work.
That's actually
What?
false.
He-
That's against most evidence. Yeah, I would like a source for that.
Well,
But
so he's expecting an answer from me specifically. Your original question was, if someone is born with male chromosomes and a female reproductive system, are they a man or a woman? I don't know. That's my answer. I don't know.
There's so much of a range
I think they're
for that,
intersex.
Yes.
I think
mean,
that's the answer.
we've-
I think they're intersex.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think that's the answer.
You know, seeing like those videos, like those YouTube videos of people who literally look like men. They have the facial hair and everything, but they have vaginas. So it's like, I don't know what I can call
Yeah.
you other than
I think they're-
intersex.
that's an
intersex.
extremely
And-
rare,
yeah, which
like
is-
it's an
And there's-
extremely rare scenario. So
And there's probably the majority of people who are trans are not intersex.
yeah.
So it
So
ignores.
say I give you that small population. Say I give you the intersex population. The other 99.99% of people, like, what about them? They're not intersex. So essentially the intersex like argument, you can push that off the
doesn't
table. Say I
really-
give that to you.
it's not the same
It's not the same thing. Like we need to have a genuine conversation, and like to do that, we have to talk about what if it's just somebody who's normal. Man, woman, biologically, we need to have that conversation, because the intersex thing, yeah, you can make a medical argument for that. I can give you that. But going back to how I was going to clarify with man giving birth to baby, say that happens at some point. The reproductive system is not the only thing that makes a man a man. They are different in their brain, like their brain chemistry, the hormones that are being produced, like
Muscle
their
mass.
Density.
bone
Actual
density, muscle
chromosomes are
mass,
way different, too.
the amount of fat that men carry, and usually the amount of fat that women carry
Is more than men.
well, it's more than men, but it's also more than men, so that they can nurture their baby as they're being as they're growing inside of you.
Yeah.
So I would argue that there are so many more determining factors that make a man and a woman, other than, hey, I have a uterus, or hey, I have a penis.
Agreed.
I agree.
But yeah. So there are other factors other than that I would say.
And I would also agree that there are other factors that
Christ is Lord donated $100. Listen, for all of human history, for thousands of years there has been question as to understanding what men and women are until 20 years ago. Is our society becoming enlightened, or is it unraveling?
We're
Unraveling.
devolving. We're
I mean,
devolving.
actually, this is not a new topic. People have been trying to unravel the creation order for all of history. God had set man to be man and woman to be woman. He made them for each other, and fallen humanity, hates that, and they push away from that day after day. So it's not new. We have seen this pendulum swing in that direction over the last 20 years, and I pray it swings back, because this is historically the downfall of society. It's one of the major pillars for that.
Couple questions here. So I was asking if you can change your sex, because I think we maybe agree here at the table. Sex is different from gender.
Aristotle is dead donated $100. I don't know how I have to keep saying this, but androgynous insensitivity equals intersection. If there are other factors that determine one's gender, why not self-determination?
Oh, like you pick yourself. You pick your own gender.
Yeah,
But he said the sex, the chromosomal sex was male, but had, hold on, let me see if no, female reproductive system, male chromosomes. So you're saying that's not intersex? Okay. So is that a thing?
I don't know.
But it's not intersex. So what is the?
I don't know.
what
Is that even a thing? Maybe this is just a thought experiment.
It could be. Is it a thought experiment, or is this something that actually happens? In any case, it's not clear to me if that would be the case for all people who consider themselves trans. I don't know. What is the actual medical? Is there a medical term or scientific term for what you're describing here? If it's not intersex, is that there's other? I don't know. I don't know these offhand, but
Yeah.
Didn't he say it was the androgen insensitivity thing? That's the term that
Yeah.
they said.
But
Either
I need
like,
more descriptive. Like, does it look so? Looks entirely like a woman, but has male chromosomes. I would again just ask: is that actually a thing? I mean, I can Google it really quick. Androgenous insensitivity.
I think they said androgen, like the hormone.
Insensitivity
Do you have like an idea
syndrome.
of what that means?
AIS is when the person who is genetically male is resistant to hormones that produce a male appearance called androgens. As a result, the person has some of the physical traits of a female, but the genetic makeup of a male. I'm curious, can that person, are they capable of getting pregnant? Because I know like some people are intersex. I know that's not what you're talking about. Like sometimes they can't get pregnant. Oh no, I don't know about
there's
the
so many
intersex
other
thing.
medical questions that would have to be asked to clarify this one very very specific case. Like
It's
I'm not
very
a, I'm not
niche.
a, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a medical doctor that specializes in
But I don't
genetics.
I think the argument he's trying to make is like, let's use this extreme example to make the argument for the whole.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, like I said earlier, what if I just give you that? What if I say, okay, sure, we'll let those people decide, and they like, okay, I will let these intersex people decide. Like they have male and female characteristics. Like, sure, I can give you that small percentage, but that still leaves the vast majority of people that we need to have this like actual talk about. Like we need to debate that issue.
Is his argument also that all trans people have androgen insensitivity syndrome? Is that the position here? I don't know. Well, a couple questions on